Hey you YouTubers, Tasman here, and I'm bringing you another Tasman's First Look. And this time we're taking a look at the Minecraft Launcher 0.9.2 Dev. And we're going to kind of go into more detail in it and some of the settings and stuff like that than we have before. Because I've been asked by some of my subscribers through YouTube's messages that they would like to know what are we going to expect to see when 1.6 comes out, because they're changing the whole structure and everything. And so we're going to go in a little things to help you prepare for 1.6 when it actually comes out, and so you get a little better understanding of Minecraft itself. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you my Minecraft folder. I've cleaned it out completely, and the reason I've done this is so we can see what a clean installation of the 1.6 dev launcher and snapshot looks like. So I'm going to go ahead, and as you can see, it's an empty folder. We're going to go ahead and fill it up by launching the launcher. So as you can see here, down at the bottom, the launcher is downloading files. And if I put that right there, you can see here downloading, all that fun stuff. So the launcher, when it's just launched on a new installation, it will just have a default profile which has absolutely nothing in it, no username, version, or anything. It's just the latest version. And obviously we don't have any versions on here right now. But we're just going to let this run for a second, and then we're going to go over the files. Because some of the things that are happening with Minecraft, other than the structures actually changed to make it more mod friendly and stuff, and in preparation for the modding API, is that they've also are going to discontinue support for texture packs as we know them. Now, this is actually a good thing, even though it might not sound like it by saying that they're not going to support them. What they're introducing now is what they call resource packs. So right here you can see we have launched Minecraft's dev version, and all we have is an assets folder, which is basic sounds and all that fun stuff. We have a versions folder, which is completely empty, and this will actually replaces the bin folder where our Minecraft jar is. And what it will do is when we get different versions, it'll label it like 152, the current snapshot 13W24A, so on and so forth. And we'll kind of look at that. We have the launcher jar, which is actually the launcher itself. It's the actually the code for the launcher itself. And then we have the launcher pack LZMA, which is the I believe this is to help with lossless compression, decompression, and stuff. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Alright, now one of the neat things about this, and I think I'm going to have to log in real quick, so give me just a second. I don't want to give out my email address and stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording here, and we'll resume once I'm logged in. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so as you can see, we are now logged in, and it's launched the game. So let's go ahead and close out the game, and because the default was saying the latest version, there you go, 13W24A. So let's go ahead and quit that real quick. So here we can see in the local versions, actually maybe this doesn't refresh till I relaunch the launcher. That would be awesome. Let's relaunch the launcher real quick. Let me just do that. I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, so I relaunched the launcher, relogged in, and now you can see I'm running 13W24A snapshot, and it's running off of my profile that we have right here, which is latest version. We're going to change this just to be more friendly. Tasman. We'll just leave it in the default directory, and we'll leave it to use latest version, and we'll go ahead and save that profile. Alright, so what works now that I don't think worked last time, at least I didn't get it to work, so maybe you guys know what did work, is if we go back into our Minecraft folder here, we'll see there's a couple extra folders. Now there's also libraries, which is the components Minecraft needs to run, more of your common folders. Did I just move something in there? I don't know. Hopefully not. Oops, wrong button. Or wrong window, I guess. We'll pretend we didn't. Maybe we messed it up. Anyway, so we have the libraries, which is all this stuff. Our resource packs is what is actually replacing texture packs, and obviously we don't have any in here. Our saves folder, we all know what the saves folder is, and of course it's empty. And then we have the stats, which each individual profile can have their own stats and stuff like that, so you won't be mixing those up. Versions, and as I said earlier, that this replaces the bin. This is where your jar files are, and they're not just called Minecraft jar anymore. Now they're actually named the name of the file, and then the JSON file that helps it run and know what to run. Then we have still those two files we had before. The launcher profiles JSON file is actually this guy right here. It keeps track of the username and stuff like that. Then we have the options text. These are all the options that you set for Minecraft as far as your key settings, what graphics settings, difficulty, all that fun stuff is in here. And then we have the output client log. Now, here is part of an answer to one of the questions I was getting, is what is it we can do to prepare when 1.6 comes out? What is it we can do to make sure we have a clean install? And what I would recommend is back up all your original files, and there's gonna be one directory and 2 main files you're gonna want. And I actually have 3 in here, but I didn't want 3. Let's delete that real quick. So these are, no, not that one. Okay, these are the files that you're going to want. Obviously, you're going to want your saves because it's all your past worlds. The options text is all the options, as I said right here, and then server dat. And server dat is a list of all the servers that you've actually joined to that you had in your multiplayer settings. So right now, if we go in here, let's just launch it once more real quick. You'll see in multiplayer we have nothing. If we go under options, you'll see that everything is set to the default, and you know how I change. If you've watched my Taz Player, my Minecraft from the ground up series, you'll know that I always change inventory to I, change the chat to enter, the drop to T, and let's see, and that I usually change to the graves, which is at the end of the right next to number 1. But anyway, so as you can see, it doesn't have any of my settings. Or if we go into single players, it doesn't have any of my worlds. So if I want those, all I have to do is make sure I'm in the right profile. And as you can see, this is the default profile, and my games are going to be saved in the .minecraft folder that's in your roaming profile for the computer. So if I simply, whoops, didn't mean to do that, boop. If I come in here and I simply take these 2 files, actually I could just do all 3, grab all 3, and I'm going to go ahead and copy them into my .minecraft, and we're going to say yes, overwrite with everything. And because the options already is there, it's going to ask if we want to override that. So now you see in our saves we have all our past things, our options. Oh, well, I guess you can't see that. You can see it's populated with all kinds of info now. The default, the server's dat, and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead, once again, we'll launch Minecraft. And you'll see if we go into options, controls, it now knows what my old settings were. So there's how you can get your options back. And if we go in multiplayer, here's all my servers. And if we go into single player, there's all my worlds. And those are pretty much the big things you're going to want to take from one to the other. When it goes to 1.6 is probably those. There might be other things that you specifically want, and you can decide what you want. But those are probably what the majority of people will want to not have to always type in. So now let's talk a little bit about the profiles. And this is the part that I'm really excited about and that works now. So let's go ahead and we're going to add in 2 more profiles by right-clicking. You can't right-click it down in this area. You actually have to right-click an existing line, and you just say Add Profile. And let's call this, Derby Fam. And we're going to give Derby Fam a custom directory. And you can pretend like, you know, this is my Taz play, this is my Inferno Mines, the next one would be my Minecraft from the ground up, so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and we're going to say Derby Fam directory will only use, let's do 152. And we'll save that profile. And we'll make one more because my son won't be happy if I make one for his sister but not for him. So let's do Derby Kid. And I've already created these directories, by the way. And we're going to have his version always be 151. Okay, so as you can see, they say not logged in. Now, one thing I've noticed is that no matter which profile I select, it doesn't care who's logged in. If I log into Derby Fams while I'm the one that's actually logged in, it will actually launch me in 152 or 151. So I don't know that this username is properly named necessarily, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording right here. I'm going to log these 2 in real quick, and we'll continue from there. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we're back. So I actually, just to make this a little more clear, I changed it so that that these names were not Derby Fam and Derby Kid, even though that's where they're going. So Derby Kid right here, release 151. And this might actually mean the last person that logged on to that profile, which might make a little more sense. Because if I actually switch, because this is 151 is the Derby Kid, and if I switch to the 152, you'll notice here it's still Derby Kid. So in order for me to actually do 152 as Derby Fam, I have to log out here and type in Derby Fam's credentials and then log back in, and that will go ahead and launch the game. So now remember how we copied the options and the saves and the server dat? That is not in any of these profiles. Now that might be a little bit irritating, but that's okay. Let me just show you what's going on. So and now we have the latest one, which goes to the .minecraft folder because that's where we told it to launch. Then we have the Derby Fam, which is here, and we have the Derby Kid directory one, which is here. And these could actually be named the versions too. Now the versions, you'll notice in each of these there's not a versions, and these are backwards compliant because they still have the texture packs and not the resource pack folder. So if you switch back to these versions, you can always put your texture packs in here. But when you get 1.6, there will not be a texture pack folder, and it will not work. But if we wanted to make it so we could be on, who are we on? Derby Fam, right? Is that what I said? Yeah, Derby Fam 152. So if we wanted to make the server list work, let's pull both these back up again. We'd always go into the Derby fam, add the servers here. Now I don't know if Minecraft has to be launched again. Let's just check that real quick. So here's our Minecraft. I wonder if when you click that it just quickly reads that file. And yep, it sure does. That's actually really good. So now this one actually has it. So the neat thing about this is they're completely separate from each other. So saves that are in Derby fam will not be passed over to the other one or any of the other ones. They'll all be individualized, which is great. And if you have, you know, Forge and Mo Creatures or something, you could have, for example, Derby fam could actually be called 152 Mo Creatures, and I would just have the resource pack when Mo Creatures and Forge updates, they'll be in there, and everything will run smoothly, and everything will be separate, which is really cool. I love that. So if we go back in here, we already closed out Minecraft, and we're going to go into latest real quick because I want to just show you really quick the only things that really have changed in the past little bit for in-game is two commands, your game rules. So we're going to go ahead and say latest. We'll just go ahead and use Derby fam. And this will, once again, even though it's Derby fam is the logon account, it's still using the profile. So it's probably best not to name your profile after a name. It'll get confusing, but you'll see here we actually have all our different worlds, and we're going to create, I don't want to ruin it, well I guess I could, but we're not going to anyway. So we're going to just do this, and we're going to say, let's do 13W, what is it, 24A? Yeah. We'll just call it that. We'll be in creative. And we'll quickly just go over what is new with, oh, I can't do it that way, can I? Brrr. Alright, let's do this real quick. Back to game. Okay. So now as you can see, even though I'm in the latest version, I am Derby fam, right? Maybe I should make my voice higher for this. I don't know. But what I wanted to show you is if we do our slash command and do game rule, and if you hit enter, it'll actually show you all the game rules. So let's just do that. And the ones I wanted to show you is the do daylight cycle, which is the new one for this version of the launcher slash snapshot. It's actually a snapshot for last week. Or this is this week. This one's last week, sorry. So if we do daylight cycle, and we set that to do light and hit tab. So we do daylight cycle. If we set that to false, now the sun will rise, and from what I've seen, I don't even know where the sun is. Let's just, okay, it's over here. So, oh, wow, what a neat seed. So the sun will rise, it'll go all the way up, it'll go here, and then it just seems to stop right there. And it just sits, and it does not set. So basically you get eternal daylight. And that's pretty good. I know I might get asked what the seed for this is. So there you go. If you want this world, that's pretty cool because you got a temple right there, right near where you spawned, and you got a nice swamp. But anyway, so that's that rule. Now the other rule, and let's just give us a couple things. What do I want? Let's just do 64 of those. We'll want, I don't want to have to grab stuff as we go. So we'll do that. Let's see, what else do I need? I need some apples. We'll just grab a couple apples. And of course, we don't really need a potion. Let's see if we got a potion of regen or healing. Let's do one of those. And we'll say one of those. So this other rule, let me just make sure I got, yeah, I believe I have everything I need. Game mode 1 or 0, I mean. So now we're in the other game mode, and normally if you take damage, you can see your hearts are going back up, right? Oh, we had to be in a jungle. Hold on, let me go over to the plains real quick. Alright, here we go. We're gonna just go over the plains. Get us away from the jungle. Okay, here we go. Game mode 0. So as you can see, we are regenerating health. I didn't give myself any food, which actually is good. Actually, we're a little. Let's do one last thing. Sorry, guys. Let me just grab a little food real quick. Oh, actually, I had apples. I could just eat those. All right. Back to regular. Okay, so as you know, in regular a village even. Wow. This seed is awesome. So as you know, if you have 9 or less meat pops, you will no longer regen your health. And in order to regen your health, you simply eat till you're full, and you'll start regenerating your health again. So as you can see, we're regenerating. However, if you set this other game mode, or not game mode, sorry, game rule, which is right here, the natural regeneration. So if we hit game rule and type nat tab regeneration false. So now if we get hungry, well, whether we're hungry or not, actually it's best if we're not hungry. Let's see if we can take a little damage. There we go. So now we're not regenerating our health anymore, even if we're full. So when this mode is on, the only way that you can regenerate your health is by eating a golden apple. Oh, it's kind of laggy or something. This screen recorder is probably a memory hog or something. Alright, so as you can see, we took some damage. So the only ways to heal yourself is to eat an apple. And the recipe for a golden apple used to be with, is it 1 nugget? I think it was 1 nugget. However, now it's with 8 gold bars. So it's pretty expensive. It does last a little longer, I believe. But it is now the only way, if you set that game mode, to heal. So as you can see, we're healing. Oh, it even gave us a buff of 2 extra hearts. That's cool. Alright, so until our buff goes away, I'm sure, as you can see here, we have health boost, which gave us these 2 extra hearts, which is really cool actually. However, we can't use those 2 extra hearts because we're still hurt. So if we take, which one's this, regeneration, healing? So there's our healing. And there's our regeneration. So as long as we're regening, let's see how long we got, 46 seconds left. So we will regenerate our health, and because we ate that apple, we get that buff. So we can actually get up into 11, 12, 13, 14 hearts worth. Or, well, I guess it's, yeah, 14. 20. No, it's 20. 24 hearts worth, sorry. So that's really cool. And then once this buff goes away, the you'll lose those extra 2 hearts. So that might be a good thing, just to eat a golden apple before you go into a battle, just to give you the extra 2 hearts. And there you go. So there you go. Those are the 2 new rules. And I think I have stalled enough that the sun, let's see if the sun's moving. No. So as you can see, the sun has stopped. If we go re-enable that other game rule, it should continue on going down. Oh, actually going up, huh? Yeah, because that's east, right? Yeah. That's funny, because when I tested it, it kept moving after I said it. False. Okay, so wherever you type it, I guess it isn't going to move. But when I was testing it originally, I swore it moved all the way over, and then it just stopped. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Alright, guys. Well, that's all I have for you. And I really hope you enjoyed and learned. If so, then... Oh, that's bumpy, laggy. Anyway, sorry. I hope you guys enjoyed this and learned something new. And if so, click the thumbs up down below. Helps me get better notice on YouTube for my Minecraft and other things. And it also helps me know that I'm doing something right. Also, as always, comment, like, subscribe. And until next time, guys. Oh, this looks weird. I'll be seeing you later. Bye.